The Trillionaire Lives of Donald Trump's Kids. The phrase "trillionaire lives of Donald Trump's kids" instantly sounds like something out of a futuristic billionaire movie. It mixes politics, business dynasties, luxury lifestyles, and global attention into one headline that feels almost unreal. But the reality behind Donald Trump's children is more structured, more business-driven, and more complex than the internet headlines suggest. They are not trillionaires, and no one in the Trump family has ever reached anything close to that level of personal wealth. However, what makes people fascinated is not just money, but the lifestyle, influence, inheritance expectations, and the global visibility that comes with being part of one of the most recognizable political and business families in the world. To understand their lives properly, it is important to look beyond the dramatic labels and instead see how wealth, business, and political identity intersect inside the Trump family. Each of Donald Trump's children has built their own path, while still being connected to the larger Trump brand that continues to shape real estate, media attention, and political influence in the United States and beyond. The Trump Family Foundation and Wealth Structure. The Trump family wealth story does not revolve around a single fortune sitting in one place. Instead, it is built through real estate holdings, brand licensing, business ventures, and long-term investments that have evolved over decades. Donald Trump himself built much of his early reputation through real estate developments, luxury hotels, golf courses, and licensing deals that allowed the Trump name to appear on properties and products worldwide. His children grew up inside this environment, where business discussions, property deals, and branding strategies were part of everyday life. This exposure played a major role in shaping their future careers. However, unlike traditional inheritance stories where wealth is simply passed down in liquid form, the Trump family structure is heavily business-oriented. Wealth is tied to companies, assets, and brand value rather than direct cash inheritance. Donald Trump Jr. building a business identity. Donald Trump Jr. is one of the most publicly visible members of the Trump family, especially in recent years. While he was originally involved in the family's real estate business, his role has expanded into media, public speaking, and political commentary. His life reflects a combination of inherited opportunity and self-built identity within the political landscape. He has taken an active role in representing the Trump brand in public discussions, particularly in political spaces where the family name carries significant influence. Beyond politics, he has also been involved in business ventures related to real estate and brand partnerships. However, what defines his public presence more than anything is his voice in political media, where he has built a strong following and a recognizable identity separate from pure business operations. Ivanka Trump, from business executive to political advisor. Ivanka Trump represents one of the most structured career paths within the family. She started in fashion and business, building her own brand before transitioning into a more formal role within the Trump organization. Over time, she became involved in executive-level decision-making, real estate development, and brand strategy. Her public role expanded significantly when she served as a senior advisor in the White House during Donald Trump's presidency. That position placed her at the center of global political discussions, policy influence, and international diplomacy. Unlike the exaggerated idea of inherited luxury without responsibility, Ivanka's path reflects consistent involvement in business and governance structures. She has balanced family identity with professional development while also maintaining a global public profile. Eric Trump and the operational side of the Trump organization. Eric Trump has played a major role in the operational side of the Trump organization. While he may not always be in the political spotlight to the same degree as other family members, his work has focused heavily on managing business operations, especially within real estate and golf course developments. His involvement includes overseeing properties, managing business expansion, and maintaining the operational continuity of Trump-branded assets. This type of work is less visible to the public, but essential to the functioning of the overall business structure. Eric's lifestyle reflects a combination of business travel, luxury properties, and high-level networking. But like his siblings, it is tied to active roles within the family business rather than passive wealth accumulation. Tiffany Trump, a more independent path. Tiffany Trump has taken a somewhat different path compared to her older siblings. While she is still connected to the Trump family name, her public presence has been more focused on personal development, education, and legal studies. She attended law school and has shown interest in building an identity that is more independent from the direct business operations of the Trump organization. Although she remains part of the broader family structure, her lifestyle and career direction reflect a more private and less politically intense path. Barron Trump, growing up under global attention. Barron Trump is the youngest member of the immediate family, and his life has been shaped almost entirely under public attention due to his father's political career. Unlike his older siblings, he is still in the early stages of development and education. Despite this, he has become a subject of global curiosity simply because of his position within a highly visible political family. However, his life is intentionally kept private as much as possible to allow for a more normal upbringing compared to the constant exposure experienced by adult public figures. The reality of Trillionaire claims. The idea that Donald Trump's kids live trillionaire lives is not based on factual financial reality. There is no individual or family in the world currently holding trillions of dollars in personal wealth. The term is usually used online for dramatic effect rather than accurate reporting. In reality, the Trump family wealth is estimated in the billions, not trillions, and it is distributed across business assets, properties, branding rights, and investments. Much of it is tied to the performance of businesses rather than liquid personal cash. Lifestyle, wealth, and public perception. What makes the Trump family fascinating is not just money, but visibility. They live in a space where business, politics, media, and public opinion constantly overlap. Every event, appearance, or statement becomes part of global discussion. This level of exposure creates a perception of extreme wealth and influence, even when the actual financial structure is more conventional than it appears. Luxury travel, high-profile events, and global recognition contribute to an image that feels larger than life. Final perspective. The lives of Donald Trump's children are not defined by trillionaire wealth, but by a combination of inherited business infrastructure, political visibility, and individual career paths. Each child has taken a different direction, from business operations to political engagement to independent professional development. If this breakdown helped you understand the real story behind the Trump family wealth narrative, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what topic you want explored next.